What's up, guys? It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Khawatmi, Paramount Residential Mortgage Group of my team, the Mortgage Plugs. What I want to talk to us today actually is two different topics that we're going to discuss, which is what is the benefits of home ownership and the reasons why you should always keep in mind buying a home is better than renting. Again, home ownership, guys, we all know is the pathway to building wealth. And it really gives us the opportunity to truly clarify when it comes to racial income, when it comes to wealth inequality gap. Home ownership has got to be, from an equity perspective, one of the major things that's built. And again, home prices with price appreciation has been a major indicator of that. There's a lot of different numerous ways that families are looking at that can transmit that wealth. Okay, we're going to take a look at a lot of different statistics, as I usually like to give you guys every Tuesday, that show us that the next generation of transfers, down payment assistance, down payment support, and everything like that shows these differences. In addition to direct transfers or gifts that we generally have, you can make investments to your children directly through this wealth, right? We're seeing so many different avenues right now through the benefit of home ownership, where a lot of my clients who I recently just sold homes to less than 2 or 3 years ago have the opportunity to actually go ahead and do cash out refinances, have the opportunity to go ahead and increase their children's ability to accumulate wealth. Not just through that, but also giving the opportunity to get a lot of income and taking it from there. So equity over the last 30 years, guys, statistically, actually homeowners who purchased a single family residence 30 years ago at an average median price of $103,000 with just a 10% down payment and then sold the property right now in 2021, that same home for $357,700. Okay, that means they accumulated close to $240,000 of home wealth based on that appreciation. I literally have clients who I sold homes to, like I said, within the last couple of years, sometimes 4 or 5 years ago, who accumulated over $100,000 in home wealth. So if you guys had that opportunity and you missed out some of that gain, experts are still saying that there's still substantial growth in equity over the next 3 years. We're seeing a lot of equity that is soon to come. 2021, there was 11.74% equity increase in income. And then in 2022, it's going to drop a little bit to 5.82%. And then 2023, 3.94%, 2024, 3.56%, and 2025, 3.55. So again, the survey shows also, and this is one of the biggest things, is that potential growth in a household over the next 5 years, based solely on home equity only. If you purchased a home for $350,000 in January of this year, you have a potential in 5 years for the home to increase in equity by $111,285. That's crazy. So you have $111,000 of equity potential to increase within the home ownership of that equity bubble. Again, owning a home, a lot of different avenues that we're going to go over that to discuss. Now, when it comes to what are also some non-financial reasons that give us the opportunity for owning a home, and obviously the flexibility, you have your own space that you can call your own, customize your own, giving you the opportunity to be able to really take advantage of that. You also have the pride of home ownership, tax benefits. You have certain different accumulations, legal write-offs, tax write-offs that you can do. You have mortgage interest, a lot of different things that all come into play that really gives you the benefit of a difference as opposed to going and renting. And then you have the sense of stability. Again, 41% of people actually say that they would rather own a home than rent because it gives them that unique experience of building wealth over time. Experts again say the home is your own wealth to build your net worth. Many of these experts have to say about building a long-term financial responsibility through home ownerships. Again, like I had just mentioned to you guys, the median price for a home is about $357,000, when just a couple of years ago, a couple years, 30 years ago, it's about $103,000. That gives you a major financial advantage because we don't always have 17 or 11% house appreciations year after year. You have to take advantage of those situations because that's where you go and shelter the amount of equity, because a home, let's face it, is a wealth generating asset that you generally take and you pull in. Homeowners now actually have the opportunity to also leverage their wealth in very different ways. gives them the opportunity to tap into accumulating equity that has long paid for the cost, again, of education, starting a business. Cash out refinances are still something that's still predominant. Even with rates slowly increasing, with tapering and a lot of mortgage rates that's starting to go up, you're still seeing that paying down your mortgage principal and interest gives you the opportunity, and also most importantly gives you a retirement plan, right? You can't just look at the home from a temporary perspective. Taking a look at a home from a long-term perspective gives you the opportunity not just to build your wealth, build your children's statistical wealth, and also your payment does not change. That's a big one. Rental, we're going to see a huge rental spike when a lot of consumers' rent expires, whether it's the end of the year or whenever they sign their leases, mainly because of forbearances. Forbearances actually are starting to drop too. They've actually just came out where there's only now 1.3 million people who are in forbearance. I mean, it seemed like a lot, but actually it's not. We thought usually it was going to be more or less higher, over in the 2 million mark. They've now came out. Mortgage Banking Association actually just dropped it to 1.3 million who are currently still taking advantage of forbearances with their banks. A lot of different avenues, again, to recap. Home equity through wealth, and again, building that equity over a single time with every single payment that you make is a no-brainer when you're going back and forth and debating versus renting or buying. A lot of different information I just shared with you guys, a lot of statistics. Again, recapping it, some of the financial benefits as we went over, tax advantages, payment not changing, and then most importantly, the equity of home appreciation. Non-financial benefits, again, is the flexibility to make the space your own, the pride of home ownership and having the ability to change certain things that you want, and again, sense of stability, kids staying in the same school systems without having to shift. I appreciate you guys jumping on. I will share this video as always later. If you guys have any questions, contact my team and I will always share any PDFs or PowerPoints that I put together for us, and then we can take it from there. Thanks guys, and I'll catch you guys next week.